Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith. Welcome to my Oscar preview. In this segment, I will be previewing the nominees for Best Director and Best Picture. And again, I will be talking about who will win, who should win, and who should have been nominated. Your nominees for Best Director are Mel Gibson for Hacksaw Ridge, Barry Jenkins for Moonlight, Kenneth Lonergan for Manchester by the Sea, Damien Chazelle for La La Land, and Denis Villeneuve for Arrival. So let's start with Denis Villeneuve. When I left Arrival, I thought to myself, this movie had amazing sound. Now that might sound like an odd thing to say. The movie itself was decent. I know some people absolutely loved it. I just wasn't one of those people. But I thought the sound in the film was very good. Of course, this is a Best Director category, so needless to say, I don't think Denis Villeneuve is going to win this award. Kenneth Lonergan had a fantastic directorial effort in Manchester by the Sea, but again, he's been pretty much absent from winning any major awards, and I don't think he's going to start on Oscar night. Mel Gibson, of course, a lot of people were shocked that he was nominated. I was one of them. Hacksaw Ridge was a very good movie, but I don't think he's going to win this. For me, this comes down to Barry Jenkins in his efforts in Moonlight and Damien Chazelle in La La Land. But before I get to those gentlemen, let me talk about who was snubbed and who should have been nominated. And no, I don't think it was Clint Eastwood for Sully. I definitely don't think that. Truth be told, Tom Ford should have been nominated for his amazing work in Nocturnal Animals. The fact that this gentleman came from the fashion world and has two movies behind him, and one of them is one that just absolutely left me just completely numb and completely shaking and thinking to myself, what in the world have I just seen? It was one of those movies that was just so opposite of the normal cookie cutter movie that we're so used to viewing it in the cinema. Tom Ford, without a shadow of a doubt, should have been nominated for this category. Not saying that he should have won or that he would have won, but he deserved the recognition. And to me, that was a huge, huge omission. They're also saying, and I have to agree, that Denzel Washington, it would have been wonderful to see Mr. Washington nominated for his directorial work in Fences. Again, I don't think Denzel's going to leave the Oscar stage or the Oscar night empty-handed, but it still would have been wonderful for him to have been nominated. But again, if I had to choose one major snub, to me it was Tom Ford for Nocturnal Animals. I would love to say that I believe Barry Jenkins is going to win this award. I would love to see it. He'd be the first black director to win Best Director at the Oscars. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. This year, we are going to see Damien Chazelle win for La La Land. There's a couple of reasons why. First of all, he actually deserves it. How about that? Number two, you know how they say, well, sometimes it's not your time? Well, they probably said that about Damien Chazelle a few years ago with Whiplash, and now it is his time. He put together, and I'm not overly concerned about the fact that it's a musical, but he put together a very strong film. The editing in this film was amazing. The cinematography was beautiful. He brought in so many amazing moving parts into this film. And even the opening scene, a one-shot, phenomenally choreographed musical number on a freeway. So I have all the respect in the world for Barry Jenkins, the man who directed my favorite movie of 2016. But all things being honest, I do believe that the La La Land director, Damien Chazelle, will, rightfully so, win the Academy Award for Best Director. Now let's talk about Best Picture, and let's go, because we got a list. La La Land, Arrival, Lion, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, Moonlight, Hacksaw Ridge, Manchester by the Sea, and Fences. So, first of all, who should have been nominated? I would have been great to see Edge of 17 nominated, because as I've said in a previous blog, this is a movie that, in my opinion, would easily blend in with the John Hughes films of the 80s. Nocturnal Animals, 1000% should have been nominated, and I'm really sad that it wasn't. I'll even say Miss Sloane should have been nominated. It was such a powerful film, and it's unfortunate that it was left off. So, let's talk about these films. Now, here's the interesting thing. The majority of these movies premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival. I've talked about the fact that I saw 35 movies in 10 days at the film festival, and there were a lot of other people who were like-minded, or you might say crazy like myself, who saw a lot of films at the film festival as well. The one thing we all had in common was we were all surprised when we found out that La La Land won the People's Choice Award. Now, the thing about the Oscars is it's not always about what the best movie is. It's really about what movie has the most momentum, or what movie, has the best campaign behind it. And from that standpoint, La La Land, without a shadow of a doubt, has the best campaign behind it. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed this movie. Yes, it was a musical, yes, it was original, but there were so many wonderful things about it as well. Like I said before, the cinematography was fantastic, the music was great. He got very good performances out of his cast. The story was very good. And the last 5 to 10 minutes of the movie was just amazingly shot. Not that the first 5 to 10 minutes wasn't. But there was nobody that I know who went to TIFF, who saw all the different movies, thought that this movie was better than Lion, or better than Manchester by the Sea, and it sure wasn't better than Moonlight. But I understand that those are opinions. But you also have to keep in mind that, well, you ask most people what their favorite movie is, and most people will tell you that it's Shawshank Redemption. But Shawshank Redemption didn't win Best Picture. Forrest Gump did. A lot of people will tell you that Brokeback Mountain was a wonderful, beautiful movie, but the Academy kind of got a little scared, and they gave a movie called Crash Best Picture. And when you say Crash, I have to correct people and say, no, not the David Cronenberg one, the other one. La La Land will win Best Picture. It will win Best Picture because of a couple of reasons. Number one, it's the safe choice. Number two, the marketing campaign behind it is second to none. Number three, it's a movie about Hollywood. And Hollywood loves movies about itself. If you don't believe me, go ask Argo. Go ask The Artist. Other movies that have won Best Picture that have been about Hollywood. Who should win? Arrival shouldn't win this award. Make no mistakes about it. Lion was a very, very good movie, but just didn't have the momentum behind it. Hidden Figures has come on strong, especially in the box office lately. And of course it won Best Ensemble at SAG, but I don't think it'll be enough. I don't know why Hell or High Water is nominated. Let's move on. Hacksaw Ridge, decent movie, but again, I don't see the Academy giving Mel Gibson anything on this night. Manchester by the Sea was very good, but again, that cloud over the head of Casey Affleck isn't going to help it. And Fences, good movie, and I'm already predicting it's going to win a couple of awards that night. Best Picture just won't be it. In my mind and in my heart, Moonlight should be winning Best Picture. It would be the third time in like a gazillion years when my favorite movie is also on Best Picture. The others being 12 Years a Slave and Slumdog Millionaire. But this movie was just unlike anything that I've seen in a long time. And the performances from unknowns was absolutely phenomenal. But that's not the safe choice. The safe choice this year will be La La Land. I don't think it's going to sweep the Oscars and win up every single award it's being nominated for, but it's definitely going to win Best Picture. Let me know what you guys think, because I'd love to hear from you. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WhittyWhittier and WhittyWhittier.com. I really appreciate you taking the time to check this out. And until next time, I'll see you at the Oscars.